What's going on, everyone? So we are back for another tier list video, this time doing PBS Kids. It's a bit limited here. As you can see, we already shoveled away a lot of my never watched, and there's a lot. Not saying there's anything wrong with these, it's just they either weren't on when I was watching, or they were before my time, or I just didn't watch them. So, these are the only shows I watched, and even a lot of these I barely watched, right? In fact, I'm only assuming this is Corduroy. I don't even know what that show is, to be honest. So this is really what we're working with here. Where do we start? Where do we start? Well, let's start with what we know is good. Magic, does it get any better than Magic School Bus? Great characters, very fun and interesting storylines. You learn a lot. The music instances are very incredible. Overall, just fantastic show. Magic School Bus has to be at the top, right? This dude, honestly, this is kind of tough. Low-key, not gonna lie. Reading Rainbow, bruh, is like a. Yeah. I mean, look, I'm gonna say this. Every single time I watched PBS and Reading Rainbow came on, I changed the channel. Every time. Every time. So, that's where that's going to sit for now. Arthur. I like Arthur a lot, and I remember liking it a lot as a kid. But I don't remember liking it as much as a lot of other shows. I think I'm comfortable with it in A for now, until we decide to move it or add more. Dude, I fucking love Bob the Builder. I loved Bob the Builder. Like, the OG Bob the Builder was, I don't know why I loved it. Like, the colors were so vibrant and so popping. The characters, the can we fix it? Yes, we can. Dude, I was, yes, we can. I was that kid that on the other end of every, can we do it? I'm like, yeah, we can. You know, that was me. Love Bob the Builder. Thought it was great. Maya and Miguel, I barely watched. From what I saw, it was okay. I liked it enough. Thought it was fine. Just like a brother-sister dynamic relationship. Thought it was okay. This is Postcards with Buster. This was okay. The show didn't really need to be about or feature Buster at all. It's like not the show's not even about him. The show is the storyline is Buster goes on vacation and shows the things that he's experiencing. When the reality is he's not on vacation. He's a cartoon character, and this is just an educational show to kind of show you the wonders of life. And they used Buster from Arthur because it was a popular show to kind of show that. And there's nothing wrong with that, but as a kid, when I was like, oh, Buster, it's a spinoff of Arthur, heck yeah! And it's nothing like Arthur, it was a disappointment for sure. Bill Nye the Science Guy, I mean, come on. Anybody who went to school, you've probably seen Bill Nye the Science Guy. And if you're old enough, like me, you'll remember watching Bill Nye Science Guy on a CRT that they had to wheel in on a giant, multi-layered, like, rolling thing. And that's where you watched Bill Nye the Science Guy on a VHS tape. Really, really great show. Oh, Curious George was okay. Wasn't super crazy great or anything. It's just about a monkey getting into trouble, and man in the yellow hat's got to get him out of it. And it's just, yeah, it's a good show. It's just a pretty repetitive formula. Liberty's Kids, I don't remember much about, but I remember it being pretty good. Because I don't remember much about it, I'll put it in lower A. But I do remember it being very good. Zaboomafoo. Dude, I know I might get a lot of hate for this, but I just did not vibe with Zaboomafoo. It came out around a time where I was growing out of Zaboomafoo. I was growing out of Kids, PBS, Disney Junior, Nick Jr., blah, blah, blah. And I just didn't like a lot of the show. It just wasn't for me. I wasn't a big fan of puppets at the time. Obviously, I'm a big fan of them now. But I just didn't like a lot of the show overall. Big Comfy Couch, though. I mean, Big Comfy Couch was pretty good. Now, JJ the Jet Plane, on the other hand. Low B? If that, no. High, low, dude, genuine nightmare fuel on a lot of this, man. Genuine nightmare fuel on a lot of this. Was pretty terrifying. Now, in contrast to that, we have Thomas the Tank Engine, which is very similar. Very similar boat, but I'm going to put it a bit above. It's Thomas the Tank Engine, one of the most popular kids' characters of all time. Alright. Teletubbies. It's so iconic, but it's not a great show. I mean, it's a good show for kids, but once you grow older, it's not like you can go back and rewatch it and still get something out of it. I don't think Teletubbies is super great, but it obviously has its, place on the totem pole. I would put them high B at the very least. This show, I don't remember the name of it because the text is so small. But I do remember watching this show about the pig and the duck and all this trouble and stories they get into. I don't remember too much about it though, so I'll put it high C. Is where I'll put it. And in fact, that's what we'll do right there. Okay. We're getting into some of the good ones here. This one is I remember a lot of that show. Again, I don't remember the name either, but I do remember a lot of that show having a very interesting animated aesthetic that has stuck with me and burned itself into my brain for a very long time. So I at the very least have to put it at high C, even if I don't remember much about the show or if I recall even liking it. Clifford's Puppy Days was okay. This was like their attempt at doing like a Baby Looney Tunes but with Clifford. It was okay. I much preferred the original Clifford the Big Red Dog, which is going right there in an A tier. Phenomenal show. Clifford the Big Red... Dude, the movie, such a tearjerker, let me tell you. Very, very sad. Okay. Sesame Street, I mean... one of the best written kids shows ever made. Has to be. I mean... I'm thinking that. I'm thinking that's what we're doing here. I mean, some of these are just like, like instant S. Come on, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I mean, one of the biggest shows to teach you how to be a good person. Like, incredible. Berenstain Bears, huh? I'm thinking bottom A. Great show based off of even greater books. My only issue with the show really is I wasn't a big fan of like the animation at the time. I mean, I get that they did what they could have. it looks a bit stiff still nowadays, which a lot of these other ones I can't say the same for. Cyber Chase, dude. Dude, Cyber Chase was just so good. Like, talk about a show that teaches you math, keeps you engaged, has a great cast of characters. I mean, and it's still going to this day. That's a testament. That goes to show you how good the show is. Dragon Tales, Dragon Tales, da 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 the Dragon Tales. Is it high A? No. Who am I kidding? It's bottom S. It has to be. It's either top A or bottom S. But I mean, I have almost their entire speech on the magic dragon scale memorized, or I did at one point. It has to go bottom S. It's too iconic. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Yeah. I was not big on Carmen Sandiego. It's a good show, and it's a show that I can watch and I can recognize as a good show, but I must admit, was never for me. I tried to get into it. I did at multiple times as a kid, and I couldn't. So, Barney, huh? Barney. You know what I'm kind of frustrated isn't on this list? Bananas in Pajamas. Is this where it's going? B? A? I think so. If only because of its influence alone. It's a great show, too. Barney was a bit scary, I suppose. I wasn't afraid of him as a kid. But I heard kids were. And looking at him, I suppose, I could see how people could find it scary. Caillou. Man. I mean, you just get to watch a spoiled kid whine and cry and complain all the time. Still better than Reading Rainbow, but not by much. Not by much. Sagwa. What are we thinking? I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying that. The reason why I haven't put anything in F tier, if it goes in F tier, it's like one of the worst things ever. I don't know if I would call Caillou one of the worst things ever, or Reading Rainbow, right? Just definitely not for me shows. I'm comfortable with this. I would say Sesame Street was one of the most impactful shows out there. But anyways, guys, what do you guys think? That is the tier list. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys thought. Do you guys agree, disagree? Which one of these other shows would you have placed and where? Leave your comments down below. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next tier list video. Bye. Thanks so much to Tamil Kent, Split Fries Media, Maddie G, 4AUTTP, Brainiac, Beige6410, 20s Brooks, King Bin _YT, Sakam Bomber 3, That_Guy69, Advanced Hell, Ryan Wilkins, The Plush Experience, Kame Senin, and Susan Simone for all becoming members. If you would also like to become a member, on my channel there exists multiple different tier levels, and you can pick out which one is best for you.